So you made 650,000, okay? What is 50,000 out of 650? It's basically not too much. But a first-time buyer who is making, let's say he was having 60,000 per year, and he is trying to get 5% of the purchase price, plus now under the new law in United States, another 2.5% to pay the buyer agent, for that people, for that family, it will be another 2 years of hard working. So you see,
so it's a middle class, really.
2.5% from a seller's point of view is much less than 2.5% from a first-time buyer. This is my point. Remark, Realtron, but let's say a guy from Keller Williams or from Royal LePage or from another company, they want to buy our listing, we cannot advertise that we give them 2.5%. So for me, this doesn't make any sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You do the chances to actually to sell that house or to have more buyers.
Basically you minimize, you shrink
we shrink the potential. Yeah, that's the problem. It's a little bit, it's a little bit scary if you ask me.
It's scary, you know. Scary. So like
this is final. This is like a
no. They have to be approved by the judge.
It's not yet.
So it's not yet signed. But if the judge, for example, doesn't have enough real estate experience, you know, probably will sign. But if they were working in this industry for a while, they will understand the consequences. You know, the consequences.
Hopefully, they will test first and see if, I don't know, if it's working, if it's not working, because if it's final, then it's what we'll see. No transactions. What's happening in this situation?
So it will be probably, as I said, the agent will adapt, but the number of sales probably will be lower. The number of agents will be lower. You know, they have. Because of the big companies, they will shrink because there are so many buyer agents that if the new rules are coming, they will disappear. But as I said, the client, the customer is not a win-win situation here.
I think that's the problem, not the number of agents. Because
it's about the customers.
Maybe it's a big number, and maybe they want to reduce, and they want to have like a quality.
Exactly.
Agents, but the problem is
the client. So the most hit there will be the buyers. So even in the United States today, and even in Canada today, there are more buyers than sellers. Okay, so there are more buyers than sellers. Right now, because
it's 3 years back we had like so many sellers.
So so basically because there are so many buyers, they are willing to buy, and the less sellers, it's a seller's market. Basically, because in North America, a lot of immigration is coming from Europe, Asia, South America. So all the time here is a need for a house, and the houses, they are going, the prices are going higher and higher.
Because of that. That's what
and what happened is now with if this settlement is, let's say this lawsuit is coming into Canada, I just want to hear me know our leaders. That they will hurt the buyers a lot. So they will hurt. So basically, they will hurt more clients, more buyers than sellers. So imagine, you have a house, let's say $1 million home. Okay. So you are the seller. Okay. You are paying, let's say 5%. Okay, 5%, which is 50,000. Okay. For you, if you pay 50,000 for 1 million, and then your house, let's say a few years ago, when you purchased first time was 350, so you made 650,000. Okay, what is 50,000 out of 650? It's basically not too much. But a first-time buyer who is making, let's say he was having 60,000 per year, and he is trying to get 5% of the purchase price, plus now under the new law in United States, another 2.5% to pay the buyer agent, for that people, for that family, it will be another 2 years of hard working. So you see,
so it's a middle class, really.
2.5% from a seller's point of view is much less than 2.5% from a first-time buyer. This is my point. So the buyer, the buyers are the most affected ones.
The mid-class buyers.
Yeah,
we're talking about the most.
So if that law is implementing here, then most of Canadians will be hurt.
Yeah, but it's not. This is why I want to lead the question. I want to just to finish up with the US, because it's not implemented in Canada now.
Not yet.
So I think it's actually the right moment, really, whomever wants to sell or buy, until the new law appears.
You know what? The best way is a potential bunch of buyers to make a class auction, you know, against this rule, because you know what happened? They will win. Because let's say if they ask me to be their advisor, I will explain you how this will hurt the next generation of Canadians, the next generation of buyers, and everything will be, you know, like will very bad for the economy, for the Canadians, and for everybody.
That's the thing. It will affect everything.
Everything.
The economy. Everything. It's not just the real estate market. It's everything.
So
it's attached.
So Felicia, it's so funny because a few years ago in 2019 and 2020, I was invited in Romania to open up, you know, Keller Williams franchise, to open some offices. It was an office in Bucharest, but we tried to open up in Cluj-Napoca, in Brașov, in other cities. So in Romania, and in that point, like, you know, like 10-15 years ago, was the same system like they are preaching now in US. So the buyer is supposed to pay half of the commission, and the seller is supposed to pay half of the commission.
It was the
same. And didn't work so much because what happened was, as I said, the buyers are struggling to pay that commission because they were entering the market. They didn't have too much money, you know, for that. So somehow the Romania, you know, like Remax and other big franchises, now they are, you know, selling homes with 0% commission. What doesn't mean there is the buyer doesn't the buyer doesn't have to pay a commission. So they follow the you know, the United States system, and the Canadian system is zero. This is saying zero commission. That means the buyer doesn't have to pay. They don't have to pay. Now imagine. You know, so we convinced them that one is the best system. They implemented, and now all of the sudden they have to. I don't know. I hope they will keep the same, like you know, with zero buyer commission, because they will help their buyers to buy more homes. They will help the seller sell quickly and for much more money. Not waiting another 2 years for that buyer to make another 1.5 or 2 or 2.5% of that price. So imagine. You know, if you want to buy a $1 million home here, you have to pay now, like, as a buyer, $25,000 for the services to buy the house. Imagine.
On top of the down payment.
On top of the down payment. This is what's going to happen. You know, so as I said, if the seller was paying, he was much happy to pay, because you know, if you have a bunch of 60,000 realtors like in Toronto Real Estate Board, then you have much more chances to sell their home for the best price, because you have 60,000 agents that are working for you. Now that 60,000 will shrink, basically maybe in a couple of hundreds, because maybe just a few hundred agents, they have signed buyer agency agreement with their buyer to be compensated to buy that home. It was, as I said, they don't have a buyer agent, and if they go to the listing agent thinking that they save money, basically, they save in the short term, because they don't pay probably, you know, the full amount, but they are not legally represented, and they don't know what they buy.
Well, Marius, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How long have you been a real estate agent?
Since 2005.
Yes.
So almost 18 years.
18 years. Listen, you work so hard. You're top 100 agent worldwide, which is fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Scott.
And you don't just help people sell or buy homes. You do the whole pack. How do you know what to do to a house in order to increase its value?
I learn from you.
Yeah. Okay, so you're a pro then.
Yeah. So I try to, explain people that if they, improve their, like with a new countertop, a new flooring, a new bathroom, a new kitchen, they will, like for each dollar, they will get maybe $1, $2, $3, $4 more.
Yes.
So this is very important.
It's the return on investment.
Exactly.
You want to take care of your clients. You're not just here to help them buy or sell a home. You help them move. You give them renovation tips.
Everything.
It's one of the reasons why you and your family are so successful in this business.
Yes. They give me the keys of the house, and they live in Caribbean for 2 weeks, and when they come back, the house is sold for the most money.
You should have your own show.
No. So I am so busy doing that, but I love it. But it's a pleasure to do the best thing for my clients. So.
Well, look, you've seen a lot. You've got a lot of experience, especially in the Markham area. Where do you see the future of real estate in Markham?
Because of the huge immigration in Canada, I think it's a good investment for investors to invest in real estate.
Yes.
And especially in Markham, because it's close to Toronto. Close to 404, so it's a very very close to Toronto, and the value in long term will go up for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a great investment.
Listen, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so much, Scott.
You're the best at what you do.
Thank you so much.